Then we pick up.
That was Will.
On Will Davison, Craig Lowndes.
And now Courtney who's
right behind him.
Right, so he's going to get him in the next couple of corners.
Rick Kelly and Greg Murphy are the two just in the foreground there. So Courtney
did it easily. And Craig knows that. They'll have warned him on the radio. So that's another position for James, now position 6. So he's the best positioned car on the youngest tyres at the moment. 10 laps against the sprint tyres on his car. 14 for Mark Winterbottom. And
fantastic consistency from Courtney on this tyre.
He's half a second, 4/10 of a second faster in the first sector, even having passed a car than Mark Winterbottom. So Courtney's the one at the moment to keep an eye on.
Last lap was a 57.1, which was only 2/10 of a second faster than Whincup's fastest lap of the race early on. When he did a 56.93, the fastest lap of the race is Rick Kelly with a 56.64. So Courtney hasn't been benefited. So you can just hear a little bit of chat over the radio for James Courtney there, basically saying, get to Will, but he's about 4 seconds away. So in the closing laps, he's probably still a chance to get there.
And for the podium, Winterbottom is 6 seconds down on Todd Kelly.
So 25.3 in the first sector then for James Courtney. 25.7 for Winterbottom, so James was 0.4 faster again. There's something going on with Dave Reynolds. I reckon Reynolds is in trouble somewhere because he's just fell back. He's falling down the order and I can't see him. I reckon here he is.
Yeah, he's off at turn 6. Oh, drama.
Looks like it may have popped a tyre or something because it looks weird.
It's not going straight left front.
Yes.
So the gamble hasn't worked.
Well, it's something, that left-hand front tyre's gone, see?
Yeah.
You can just see the edge of the crown of the tyre popping out from the mudguard on the front of the Bundy Red Commodore, and he's having to drive down there. He's trying to go the softest option. You drive the car when you've got a deflated tyre. It's better to drive it on the grass than it is on the track. So he's trying to drive it down that part of the track there. It's pretty dangerous, very high speed. It's back out there. So now whether he flat spotted a tyre, Crompo, or that's a tyre failure, I don't know.
And Fiora's parked the car on the exit of turn 4.
We're going to change all 4 tyres, which we have to do because you've got one to stop, and we're going to blow the front out.
That's Courtney passing Davison here. This is a nice move. Another position for James to position 4. Next for him is Winterbottom. That'll be a
good job. 4 to go. Next car is Frosty. The next car is Frosty.
And that'll be a much bigger job for him because Mark is on the same tyre as James, although James is a fraction quicker. It'll take a lot longer to narrow down that margin, and at the moment that's 8.5 seconds. That's a big number.
Now, Will Davison on the last lap did a minute 0.5, a 60.5. That's why the amount of gain there for James Courtney was more than we thought. We called the gap before at 3 or 4 seconds, but the difference in the lap speed is like 3 seconds.
And he was in the battle there with James, so sometimes it doesn't take much to be out of position to lose your lap speed.
So we'll find out for you folks what happened with that left-hand front tyre of David Reynolds, because he was going very well. He was running second. He stayed on the tyre. We commented that he was the only guy with Greg Murphy to try to do the whole race on the sprint tyre, and there's been a failure there of some description.
Whincup's just gone by Paul Dumbrell, who's 17th, so 16 cars remain on the lead lap with just a handful to run in race 23. Whincup 11.3 seconds clear of Todd Kelly. Winterbottom is 3rd. Courtney took a second away last time around. The margin 7.2 seconds
Great
between.
driving, Jamie. Great driving. Caution, obviously, with all the lap traffic. Nice
James
work.
in a podium.
So to understand, to analyse how this margin occurred, that's 11.5 seconds from Whincup to Kelly, it's because Jamie ran the sprint tyre longer at the front of the field and just basically drove away from them.
Gee, guys, you got to feel for David Reynolds on his way to what would have been a fantastic result. The team can't explain why that one blew just that time of the race, unfortunately, for David Reynolds, but real heartbreak down here at Bundaberg Racing.
You have got to feel sorry for him, Barretts, because it was going to be a really good position and effectively going to be on the podium.
Now that lap for Mark Winterbottom was a 58.3. The last lap for James Courtney was a 57.9.
Yeah. Courtney's been, I think, if he was on the same strategy as the other guys early, he's been very, very fast on these tyres. Really consistent.
It's 6.9 seconds between Mark Winterbottom and James Courtney, and he's making it at a rate of 0.4 of a lap. But you have a look at the counter down there on the bottom left-hand side of your screen, you work out quickly that he doesn't have enough time left to get the job done. So fourth is going to be it for James Courtney.
So the real thing is Winterbottom to Todd Kelly.
And Jason Bright coasting down here at the bottom of the straight. You can see they've got a problem there with the Fujitsu car, so he crossed the line then to clear everybody to get out of the way.
I would have caught him if Friday wasn't going so slow.
He did a good job to get across there, because you've got to be very careful in the braking area, ever changing line, because someone coming down, the person's at the braking limit and they can't move the car into brakes. So he got away with that one.
Look at the amount of rubber debris.
It's unbelievable, isn't it?
Offline.